Hello and welcome. We are here with White Album 2 Fan Club Radio. We are reading through episode 82. White Album 2 Fan Club Radio. Todokanai Koi is playing in the background. Alright, let's get started. Hello everyone, I'm Madoka Yonezawa, the voice of Setsuna Ogiso. Hello everyone, I'm Hitomi Nabatame, the voice of Kazusa Toma. So, Yone-chan, yes? You cooked something, right? I did. The episode before last? Yeah. We were talking a bit about that cookbook. We were. With the recipe for vongole rice soup? Right. And I said, I want to make this. You did, right. I made it yesterday. Okay, so one of the things, if you notice, they say yes, yeah, right. This is a thing in Japanese, so it's really, really common when someone is talking to be like, oh. And there's no good way to translate that into English, because in English, if someone constantly saying, yeah, in the middle of your sentence, it's considered very rude. But in Japanese, it's considered a sign that you're listening politely. So if you see a bunch of yes, that's all it is. Are you going to bring some? What? It's wet. What am I supposed to bring it in? A thermos? Carry it really fast, making a really nasty dripping sound. Splat, splat. Wow, would you eat it? Maybe I'll make it again then. What? Your eyes were darting around just now? Was it good? I mean, was it decent? It was good. Was it decent? That's such a rude thing to say to somebody. Like Haruki saying that Setsuna's food is regular. She followed the recipe. Although, you showed me a picture earlier. Yeah. And the one in the magazine, or the zine rather, right? It looked a little different. A little? Actually, I ignored that completely. First of all, the ready-made stuff? Uh-huh. The recipe said to only use 120 grams. Uh-huh. But I put in 220 grams. Uh-huh. And freaked out, but decided to just make all of it. Yeah. Left out the kombu stock, added an egg. Uh-huh. And substituted scallions for the minced spring onions. That's just a completely different dish by this point. But, well, while I was making it, I was getting this really strong garlic smell. Uh-huh. And I got a little worried, right? Thinking, what is this going to turn into? But surprisingly, it was pretty good. Really? Yes. What a trope, having Setsuna's voice actress cooking and doing this, when in the game, that was pretty much how it was. It was always Setsuna who was cooking and not Kazusa. Maybe I'll try making it myself. Do it. I don't have any vongole sauce at home. I went out and bought it specifically for this. You did? Uh-huh. The thing is, I've got plenty of sauces. Yes? But they're all things people gave me or whatever. Yeah? And this is also so common in Japan, with the tradition of getting people a gift every time you leave town, called omiyage. It's like the souvenir gifts that are pretty mandatory social expectations-wise. A lot of people end up with all these weird sauces that they don't know how to use, or they don't want to use, and they collect dust in the cabinet. It's very much a thing. I haven't actually eaten pasta at home that many times. Huh. So sometimes if I have too much around, I'll put it on baked pilaf or something. But you don't have vongole. I don't. Just meat sauce. Well, they sell it for about 100 yen. I know. You want me to make it. You should do it. I'll try it out. All right. I'll be waiting. Yeah. Well, I don't know that I'll be able to bring it. Yeah. That's what you say when I'll watch that show. I'm not sure if I'll get to it right away. And both of them know it's not going to happen. Bringing it might not be the best idea anyway. So the pollen's been really crazy lately. It sure has. Oh, and someone asked me recently, yeah? Something like, while you're dubbing, have you ever felt a sneeze coming on? Or had your nose start running? Uh-huh. Has that ever happened to you? I don't think I've felt a sneeze coming on. Seriously? My nose has started running before. I just stop it with my hand. Ooh, that's yucky. I know how it is. The runny nose. Pollen is always so bad this time of year, so I just keep a handkerchief at the ready constantly. Yeah, right? So I can wipe it away. Right, if it's sudden. But if it shows up suddenly, right. I just have to leave it. Right? Just let it run. Yes, there's not really anything you can do about that. Nothing you can do. Just so you know, everyone, dubbing really isn't that pretty. That's right. That's so funny. And if you've ever watched like any behind the scenes videos or things like that with voice actors and actresses, they're usually put on a pretty harsh schedule. So retakes really get in the way of filming and recording. So yeah, I guess if your nose starts running, sometimes you just gotta let it run. We put everything into it when we're dubbing. Like, I drool a lot sometimes. It's dirty, it's human. What? I don't drool. It's like she was agreeing and then actually heard what she said. I don't drool. No way. I drool a ton. So I just kind of let it happen. Hang on. When are you drooling? After I've been talking a ton, there'll be a lot of saliva, for example. Uh-huh. But sometimes I have no idea why it happened. It's just there. I don't know. Maybe my mouth is loose? My mouth. Keep your mouth closed. It's so weird. Even if you get a buildup of saliva, just swallow it. Well, why don't we move on? We can't keep talking about nasty stuff. Yes, let's go on. Anyway, pollen season is brutal, so be careful, everyone. Be careful. Now, let's get going. White Album 2 Fanclub Radio. Begin. This program is sponsored by Aquaplus. White Album 2 Fanclub Radio. All right, let's read some mail sent in by our members. Yes, I'll start. Yes. This is from Shirei Bute Satsuki-san. Nabatame-san, Yonezawa-san, good evening, and thank you. Thank you. Well, I just attended the final performance of Rena Uehara-san's live tour in Tokyo. All right. Unlike the launch event the other day, this was a standing show. Then, Rena-san, looking incredible in red, appeared on stage. For the first song, she performed Todokanai Koi 13 with all her energy. Oh, imagine the first song. Imagine the hype. It's so cool. For the White Album 2 part, she performed 4 songs. After all, Tsuzuru Omoi, Shiawase na Kyoko, Closing 13, and Sayonara no Koto in a row. When the intro to After All, Tsuzuru Omoi began, I felt as though the atmosphere in the venue had shifted into the world of White Album 2 in an instant. I even forgot to wave my pen light because I was so absorbed in listening to each song. And by pen light, it's hard to kind of translate that because we don't really use it outside of Japan. But in these concerts, you get these like light wand sticks. And to the beat, you would kind of wave them around, whether it's a slow song, wave it back and forth, or a fast song. And it's really fun, and it makes the concert look really cool looking at the audience. So any concert you go to, you're going to get a pen light. Getting to experience that excitement with so many other people who loved White Album 2 was so much fun. Of course, the songs that weren't from White Album 2 were also amazing. Rena-san's gentle, floating singing voice mesmerized us, passionately in the passionate songs, calmly in the quieter songs. I feel truly fortunate to have been able to attend. I'll end here. Goodbye and be well. Wow. Yeah. The tour's over now. Yes. Yeah. And we weren't able to make it. So frustrating. No kidding. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds like it was a blast. Definitely. Oh, they were too busy to go, the poor voice actresses. I'm really glad. A red dress. Yeah. Uh-huh. I wish I could have seen it. Uh-huh. Right. She wore a black dress before. Right. And I remember thinking she would look good in red, too. Right. And at that launch event, she was in white. Ah, okay. I wonder what she looked like. Yeah. I'm sure she was adorable. She looks good in anything. Right? Yeah. She really does. She's like a doll. Exactly. That's really nice, though, that she did 4 tracks from White Album 2 in a row. I wonder if anyone cried. Yeah, I bet everyone was in tears. I bet they were. I bet a bunch of them were. Ah. I definitely, whenever I hear like emotional music or music, even music that's just really good, and you can see the talent and passion, I always cry. Every single time. So imagine being a super, super big fan and hearing that on the big stage. Oh yeah, a bunch of people were crying. There you go. There's the truth. It's fun seeing people cry. From the outside. That's mean. They're crying. They're crying. Look, they're crying. Just mentally. Yeah. It makes me weirdly happy. Seeing people crying. It doesn't make you cry too. It's more like, aw, you're crying. There. You act like a mother. That's so funny, considering how heart-wrenching White Album 2 is in general. For Kazusa's voice actress to be like, I love watching people cry. I assume they're feeling something deeply. All right, next one. All right. This one is from Kitahara Takeoff-san. Right. Yonezawa-san, Nabatame-san, hello. I listened to the most recent show with Sugiyama-san as a guest. Your discussion about the struggles of background voices and the demonstration the 3 of you put on was very interesting and funny. The old lady voice that Yonezawa-san did for the scene in the airport lobby, I'll call her Oyone-san, just set me off. So I listened to that part multiple times. If there's another chance, I would love to hear Granny Oyone's voice again. Oh, well, thank you kindly. Kitahara Takeoff-san. Oh, I'm so happy. You made Granny happy. Ah, is that so? Oh, Grandpa too. Am I Grandpa? Yes, Grandpa. Ah, that's right. Uh-huh. Now, who's this? Why, this is Kitahara Takeoff-san. Grandpa, I just told you. You forget everything. By the way, I haven't had my breakfast yet. You just ate it, Grandpa. Well, now. Does that work? I'm sure they'll be pleased. I hope. Well, you can listen to it over and over. That's so cute. And it's so true. If you've watched other types of voiceover videos, a lot of the time the main voice actors and actresses, they'll also be in charge of voicing the small lines, like a passerby or a pedestrian or a taxi driver, anything that appears very, very shortly. Will usually just be one of the other actors or actresses just putting on a funky voice for that one line. Way cheaper for the budgeting department. God, ridiculous. Okay, this is from Tokura-san. All right. Yonezawa-san, Nabatame-san, hello. I always enjoy listening to your show. Regarding the vocal collection that's set to be released on March 26th, yes? When I heard that it would include Setsuna singing Yasashi Uso and Koi no Yona, I was quite surprised. Uh-huh. I interpret them as songs about Setsuna's feelings, but I particularly love Yasashi Uso, and I've always wondered what it would be like if Setsuna sang it. Knowing that she's sung it for real now makes me deeply emotional. I bought an SACD player just for this. Nice! So an SACD player, not that popular outside of Japan, but what this is sometimes CDs are released in SACD format, which are kind of a higher quality, it's like a lossless format, almost like FLAC compared to MP3 audio. So it's just going to be a lot more crisp and clear. And if you don't have one of these special CD players, you just put it in a regular CD player and it's perfectly fine. You just won't get that upgraded audio experience. So kind of a neat thing. But again, do you want to buy a completely different device just to have a few CDs that are SACD compatible? Well, I guess that's up to how big a fan you are. Now, all that's left is to wait for the release of the vocal collection. I am truly excited for it. I would love to hear you tell me some of the inside story behind recording. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to read one more message regarding the vocal collection. Okay. This is from One Who Lives in a Place Where It Never Snows, son. These names are so funny. All right. The release of the vocal collection is drawing near, and to be honest, I've collected most of the White Album 2 related CDs that have been released at this point, so I wasn't really planning on buying it, but then I saw the package illustration with Setsuna's face up close, like she's putting a scarf on you. Setsuna's cuteness defeated me, and I pre-ordered it. Thank you. I'm on Team Toma. Team Toma? Oh, right. Team Kazusa. Team Kazusa. So funny. In every single Japanese fan of White Album 2 will always call themselves either Team Setsuna or Team Toma, occasionally one of the side heroines, but usually those two. Even when they're just writing their opinions on the game, they'll just be like, by the way, I'm Team Setsuna, and then they'll write their little monologue. It's so cute. Team Kazusa, but my heart was stolen anyway. Typical Aquaplus. But I love every song that shows up in White Album 2. So if another CD gets put out, I'll probably buy that too. Smiley face. I'm also looking forward to the after story that comes with purchasing the whole set. Ah, yes. I have the jacket illustration right here. Ah, that's what the jacket looks like. Putting someone's scarf on. Yes, Setsuna. That's nice. Haruki-kun must be there. Probably. Probably Haruki. Oh, it could be like Takahiro, like the younger brother, putting a scarf on younger brother. That's kind of cute too. Yeah, on the other side of this. What about recording? Yes, I've recorded it. I assume so. It'd be a little late if you hadn't yet. There's only a week left. Good point. Yep. Really, though, these songs show so much of how Setsuna feels, right? And getting to sing them, I feel like I was really, able to put my heart into them. Right. So, which one was harder? Yasashi Uso or Koi no Yona? Good question. At first, I sang Koi no Yona in sort of a cute poppy way. Uh-huh. But Shimokawa-san told me to sing it in a different way. Ah, okay. Yeah, my direction was that rather than cuteness, I should aim for something more in line with the mood of the world of White Album 2. Uh-huh. So I sang it that way. Yes. Wow, I see. That's so funny. The world of White Album 2 is so sad and devastating at every turn, so yeah. I guess she just sang it in a really sad way. Yep, so if you want to know how it came out, you can hear it on the CD. That's right, please do. Exactly. It won't be long. Keep waiting, everyone. Right. I'm looking forward to it myself. I'll probably receive a copy, so I'll be sure to listen to it. Okay. I haven't actually heard the completed versions yet. Uh-huh. Of either of them. So this is an exciting thing for you too. I'm looking forward to it. Please listen, everyone. Please. So, let's go on to the next one. Yes. This is from Snow Brand San. I'm just jumping into it here. But next month, I'm starting vocational school. Okay. The members of my part-time job have decided to take a trip together. Huh. The schedule is for 4 days and 3 nights, March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And, what's more, our mode of travel will be by rental car. Just us students, leaving in the middle of the night on the 9th. Okay. On top of that, our plan is to go skiing, snowboarding, and snow viewing in the mountains. Our destination is in Nagano Prefecture. All right. Now, doesn't this sound really familiar? This is almost verbatim the trip that Takeya, Io, Haruki, and Setsuna took in the closing chapter when they went to go skiing and they stayed in the lodge. Very familiar. And we'll be staying at a traditional inn deep in the mountains. Doesn't that sound familiar and similar to a certain other situation? Yes, like the Christmas the trio spent together. Now this actually isn't what I was considering, because the Christmas was just an onsen trip to the snowy mountain. It sounds more like it. I really think it's more similar to the trip from closing chapter with Takeya and Io, but you know. The location may be different, but the fact that the situation is the same is enough to make my stomach start hurting a bit. Yonezawa-san, Navatame-san, did you ever go on graduation trips? Huh. I never went on any. I did. You did? I did. Where was it? Some place called Nemu no Sato. Yeah? For what? High school? It was high school, and I went with 2 of my friends. Huh. There are a lot of adventure courses there. Uh-huh. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Graduation trips. Yep. Oh, but 5? 5 people? Huh. How many? It doesn't say how many people. The members of their part-time job. Their part-time job members, what, 3 people? Are they gonna bathe in the hot springs? They're just relating it to White Album 2 now. What ratio? If it's 3 people, what's the ratio of guys to girls? Hang on, though. Their part-time job, isn't that a little weird? Going on a trip with your part-time job members before entering vocational school? Good point. And where are they talking about exactly? With the members of their part-time job? But let me think. They said their stomach is hurting over it. Since they said that, which makes me think it's not guys only or girls only. It might be split. It's probably mixed. Well, and since they're renting a car, I'd say it's around 5 people at most, if that many. Uh-huh. Maybe. Yeah. Huh. We went to Nagano Prefecture too. We did. We went. And we bathed in the hot springs. We did. That's so cute. It's so nice to know that they're friends outside of recording the radio show, outside of recording for White Album 2. They get to hang out. They went on hot springs trip. It's so sweet. Yep. Wait, will there still be snow at this time of year? I assume so, in March, especially if they're going into the mountains. I guess. Nagano Prefecture must have a lot. Yeah. I don't really know. Going skiing, snowboarding, and snow viewing sounds like a lot, but you can do it all in one place. Right, exactly. That's right. Well, have fun. They've already been there by this point. Right. Yeah, because by the time the radio show gets actually on the air, it's way after the letter got sent. I wonder how it went. Anything exciting flutter up between the guys and the girls? The little squeak that girls do. Whew. Well, if anything did go on, please write us again. Ah, that's nice. Nice. Is it nice? I think it's nice. Yes, who knows what might begin? Stomach pains, for one thing. Yes, indeed. All right. All right. Thank you for all the mail you sent this week. White Album 2 Fan Club Radio. God, not one of them gets it. Adults never understand. In this segment, we read mail from members who, just like Kazusa and her disenchantment with adults, have complaints against adults in their lives and judge whether or not the adult is in the wrong. Yes. All right, here's our first message. Right. This is from Eddie Apidai-san. Whenever I'm waiting for my cup ramen to steep, my friend always says, "It's been 3 minutes. Aren't you going to eat it?" Here's what I have to say to my friend. Doing it longer makes the flavor soak in more, so it tastes better. To me, longer means more noodles, which makes it a bargain. Those are my thoughts today, right now. End. Huh. Cup ramen. People do get surprisingly fussy about the way they eat it. That's true. I generally do it for 3 minutes. Cup ramen is so popular and so common in Japan, and everybody really is so picky about the way they want it. Personally, I think it's better to undercook it a little bit. That way, if you eat it slowly, it doesn't get soggy. It just kind of cooks as you eat it. But those are my thoughts. Fill it up exactly to the line and wait 3 minutes. I go a bit above the line. And eat it a little sooner than 3 minutes. Huh. That doesn't make the flavor weaker? I feel like the flavor is kind of strong for me to start with. So I make it a little thinner. I see. That's healthy. No, it's not. I'm still eating the same thing. Also, along those lines, with seafood, yeah, there are people who cook it in milk. Ugh, that sounds nasty. Nope, I wouldn't want that. In milk? How does that taste? Is it good? I think it was. I've had it before. Huh. Oh, it would be like clam chowder. Yeah, but ultimately, it ends up kind of tasting like clam chowder. Like, hey, this barely any different. Sheesh. Cup ramen, though. I haven't eaten that much lately. Just chicken ramen. For me, with cup ramen, yeah. Or instant ramen, rather. They've come a long way with it lately. Right? There are some that are like raw noodles. And some of them are really good. I ate something recently. What was it? There are a few of them. The ones that are like real noodles. What was it? Which one? Maruchan Seimen, maybe? Oh, it was good. Really? Yeah, Maruchan, you might recognize this name. They do sell Maruchan instant ramen in the West, but it's very, very different than the Maruchan ramen they actually sell in Japan. Japan, first of all, has like 100 flavors. And second of all, the one in the West tastes very strong. It's got very, very strong flavors. Japanese taste is a little bit lighter on the flavor for that. Yeah, I was impressed. It's really good now. Wow, I guess I'll try it myself. Yes, I recommend trying it. There are a lot of different flavors. Yeah, this person though, they said longer means more noodles, right? But doesn't that just mean they're absorbing the water? Oh, probably so. You can just drink the soup for that. Good point. They'll swell up in your stomach. I don't like thinking about food after I've already swallowed it. It's really gross. That's true. Very smart. Oh, you think? So, what do we think? Is Apidai-san wrong? That was an unexpectedly quick result. But really, I think it's fine either way. Right. All right. They must be waiting pretty long, though. Maybe for the friend to start wondering about it. Yeah. Like they're together and their friend goes, "Hey, aren't you going to eat that? Noodles getting soggy, broth getting tepid." Probably. Well, anyway, there's a lot to consider. Yes, yes. Lots of ways. Next, this is from Borderman-san. Alright. Sometimes when I'm walking home alone at night, a woman in front of me will look back at me a few times and start obviously walking faster. I understand that she has to be cautious because you never know what could happen, but it hurts my feelings too. Okay. What about you? If someone were walking behind you at night, what would you think? Would you look? I wouldn't look. I think I would worry a little. I just start imagining all sorts of scary things, like the next instant they could suddenly be way closer, or what if they saw me looking? It's understandable. This is understandable for both parties. It's just a nerve-wracking situation in general, especially at night. I might be more likely to let the other person go ahead of me. I can just stick really close behind them. So, what, you walk slower on purpose? Yeah. Okay, although, wouldn't it look kind of weird to notice someone was behind you and suddenly slow down? I pretend I'm getting something out of my bag. Let them go ahead and then follow them. They would probably look at you then, like, I think that woman is following me. I actually get looked at a lot. What? Why? By women? Women and men. Maybe your footsteps make them nervous. Maybe. I don't think I move that suspiciously. Well, there's some people who will look at even if it's a woman. Or because it's a woman, actually. Right? But I would think they would just confirm you're a woman and then not look again. They look again? They look again. I mean, this kind of happens to me too. I feel like people just don't want to feel rushed. And so when someone is catching up with them on the sidewalk, like really close behind them, they think, oh no, I'm walking too slow. And they keep looking back to make sure, are you still there? Am I in your way? It happens a lot. I don't know. Maybe I don't keep enough distance with women. I feel calmer if we're walking together. So if it's a guy, I might keep, say, about 3 meters distance. Right? But I might steadily grow closer with a woman. It's scary going alone. I think that's even scarier. Just a little at a time. Either way, having someone walk behind me, right, is worse for me, I think. But Noah-san, does it hurt when people look at you like that? Yeah. Nah. It's like she couldn't make up her mind, but nope. It doesn't really. Okay. I might go, oh, they're looking at me. Though I do think, I'm not going to do anything. That's why I'm walking behind you. I feel like that. See? That's the way, Borderman-san. You can't get hurt by little things like that. Right, exactly. If that hurts your feelings, then try putting off an aura that says, nothing to worry about here. If only people could do such a thing. How would one put off that aura, though? How would you do that? How would you give that off? Well, you can't smile, that's for sure. Imagine someone having this giant, wide grin on their face. And you turn around in the dark and it's just too creepy. Right. Shady. That's shady. Flashing a grin, super shady. So maybe all Borderman-san needs to do is walk slower? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Steadily increase the distance. Yes. Act like you're making a phone call. Oh, hey. Yeah, I've done that. Especially if I want someone to get ahead of me, I'll just pull over to the side and take out my phone and start texting and then wait for them to go, and then I can walk in peace. And use that to get some distance between you. Yes. Yeah. That's a good idea. Right? So for this one, who's in the wrong? Borderman-san, wouldn't you say? Then, Borderman-san is in the wrong. Yes. Also, you don't have to get hurt. You don't. You're not doing anything wrong. Exactly. It's not easy for guys, on crowded trains. All right. And I think we will stop there for now. Thank you so much for being here on this episode of White Album 2's Fan Club Radio, and we will pick it up in part 2 next time. So until then, hope you take care. See you.